Welcome back guys to a brand new video on the channel. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the new update that did go live for Ark on the Xbox One and the PS4, which has actually got so much more stuff than we thought. On the Xbox One, the update is around about 8GB, and on the PS4 it is 11GB, so not that big, but still will take a bit of time. But you guys are going to be shocked because there's some huge creature changes for the ones that did come from Extinction. Now, just to let you know, this video is probably going to be quite a long one because there's a big load of changes, as you guys will already see from the screen there. So we're going to be going through everything. So just sit back, enjoy, and we're going to go through the full patch notes. Now, if you do enjoy today's video, then make sure to smash a like because it really does mean a lot to, just supports the channel so much. And be subscribed if you don't want to miss out on all your Ark news. Now, let's get straight in with this because it's probably going to be a very long video. Now, I know I'm on the Xbox patch notes for the versions 7.80.10, but and you want to know the PS4, it is exactly the same. If you go onto the PS4 patch notes, it's exactly the same. So I'm just reading off one of them because everything from the console, from the Xbox is the PS4 as well, rounding up to the console. So the current version is just literally what's just come out here. So the Titan beta / gamma fix health / gamma health fix. Sorry about that. That wasn't a great start. Transmitter UI no longer shows Titan is downloadable during 2-hour download limit. Titan should no longer consume food in single player. Increased rate of starvation by approximately 3 times. Prevented all Titans from basing on any character. All Titans now do significant damage to OSD shield / crates. Made improvements to issue where Desert Titan would randomly fly away. Fixed stat reset when downloaded on a server. Wild Titans now deal 5 times more damage to tamed Titans. Accumulated damage during a Titan boss fight now determines quality of Titan tame. Was previously health at the tame time. Added minimum / hour display to cooldown timer. Set CD for bosses to 6 hours, and in brackets both initial spawns and repeated summons. Titan tame time reduced to 1 day tame for the same server. Set food to 0 once they get downloaded to another server. And health regen turned off after 1 hour post tame. Now we're now moving on to the Desert Titan, the Ice Titan, and the Forest Titan. Not as many for these, but obviously this Titans here was an overview of all of them. So Desert Titan, node health fix, improved Desert Titan basing. Prevented status, I don't even know if I'm saying that, status, I don't even know, so you guys will have to let me know what that is, on dedicated for flocks. Now, a lot of this stuff, I'm not going to know every problem. When I read through, I'll notice a few, but not all of them, because it doesn't happen for everyone on the game, it's just some that happens for some people. Change lightning recharge time to 8 seconds from 5. Prevented lightning from hitting through walls. And reduced lightning attack range by 33%. So the Desert Titans had a little bit of a nerf there. Ice Titan. Added fail safe for Ice Aurora when tamed. Removed ice block that was obstructing Ice Titan fight. And the Forest Titan, fixed Vine attack not showing on low FPS servers, and speculative fix for Titans falling through the floor, which always seems to be a huge problem in the game. Now the Cryopod, I know it's not a creature, but it's still something new. Fix for XP exploit with the Cryopod, didn't even know about that. Disabled ability to cryo rafts and motor rafts. Disabled ability to cryo sick dinos. So before that, you could just cryo sick dinos. So that would just make it so then when you put them out again, they won't be cryo sick. So it'll be some sort of glitch there. Cryo sick dinos take 10% extra damage. Is that what it is? Or 10 times more damage? That's what I'm hoping. Well, not hoping because that's going to be frustrating, but that's what I'm probably guessing. Now we're now moving on to the Gacha, which is the giant sloth. Fix for the Gacha's sad effects not playing properly. Fix bug where taming did not decay over time. Fix bug where taming didn't reset when player / tribe started taming. Fix bug where taming was always at 100% effectiveness. Set Gacha to have lower chance of dropping an item when wild. Adjusted gacha loot to skew towards lower rolls being more common. Increased gacha affinity gained per level to match other dinos of similar size. Reduce the max quality of generated items to a more appropriate amount. Now this is probably going to change a lot when people do like the gacha, like sort of openings, supply crate things. Adjusted how much food Snow Owl pellets give. Fixed issue with disappearing saddle. Fixed for double inventory. Fixed bug where punching gachas make them eat faster. Fixed bug where baby gachas make crystals. And fixed, and made gacha cores last longer, and also added the chance to harvest the stone. So that's everything to do with the huge new changes of the gacha. Now moving on to the Velonasaur. Fixed issue with spines floating after oh yeah, we've all seen that a lot of times. Floating spines after Dino Mess is harvested too quickly. Fixed stamina issues with Velonasaur getting in a state where it's stuck charging stamina without doing an ability. Fixed for Velonasaur being able to ground boss flyers. Fix for Velonasaur stamina drain not working on tamed. Fix for Velonasaur breath getting stuck. Reduce the activation radius for minigun mode to help issue with turret mode not always activating when it seemed like it should. If the Velonasaur does not have a rider, the minigun and minigun mode can no longer be used while based on a platform saddle. They're probably going to try and do that to stop it from being so OP. Attempt to fix issues with Velonasaur constantly draining stamina with minigun or interrupted at unintended times. The speed flyers are grounded by the Velonasaur is now based on health stat. High level flyers will now be grounded slower. And finally, for the Velonasaur, fixed infinite stamina glitch when you force a Velonasaur to poop while shooting. So I didn't even know about that glitch. That sounds crazy. Now this is for the one I never can say the name of. This is another dino in the game. It's not a new one from what I know. Definitely not a new one. That's the sort of other thing I used to call the giant sloth, but now I can't call the giant sloth. But you guys wouldn't be able to say the name of that. I just can't. So let me know. You always help me out in the comment section when I can't pronounce a dino's name. Fixed harvest components so that the dino I can't pronounce the name can harvest berries and thatch from bushes. Now that is all for that dino. Now the new ice dragon, that's what I call it. You guys will know if you follow the channel, but I know a lot of you put it in the chat, but I'm just going to call it the Managamar or something like that. Now requires half-second pass before allowing another forward dash after jumping. Now I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried about these because I think this might get nerfed a little bit. Adjusted ice breath to not be usable directly beyond you on the ground. Fixed laying Carno eggs. Fixed issue with damage calculation. Fixed issue with FOV calculating incorrectly when it has a non-default setting. The baby version now only does his moves while following. Increased stamina usage for chained jumps. Fixed dashing when encumbered. Fixed jumping and diving when encumbered. Fixed exhale appearing when dead, and attempts to fix issues with it getting stuck, because I've seen it getting stuck a lot on Extinction. And fixed issue with the baby version jumping around like crazy. Attempts to fix issues with ice beam being inaccurate on server, as well as debugging for the issue. Sorry as if I get things wrong. It is a lot to read out and I get lost in the words sometimes. Reduced speed in hopes of fixing issue with it leaning over edges too quickly. Added hat sockets to the new, well, the ice dragon is what I call it. Now that is everything to do with that. Now we're moving on to the Snow Owl. Some changes to do with the Snow Owl. So fixed bug that caused players to go into a weird state after being affected by its ice bomb. Snow Owl healing amount is now based on the owl's base health instead of the healed dino's base health. Set owls to not poop so frequently so they are more of a rare resource. Disabled freeze against players in PvE. I'm surprised they didn't do that already. Owl can actually buff to enemy players to heal but cannot freeze them. If the enemy player runs away from a certain distance from where he got buffed, the buff would then deactivate. Set owls to not regain HP when killing corpses. And fixed state where you could attack And yeah, just loads of things reduced, as you guys will be able to see. You can pause it at the same time if you'd like to. Now, Element Vein. Now, a lot of this stuff, we've still got the Enforcer to talk about. The mech has a lot. There's quite a bit to go, guys, so I'll get through it as fast as possible. So, Element Vein, enabled Element Veins, updated the Element Node harvest components to not be harvestable with anything other than metal tools. Element harvest values adjusted to fit our desires. Lost corrupt dinos now teleport to the path. Changed priority selection for points and difficulties. Changed auto-destruct time to 1 hour. Fixed edge case where events would stop spawning. The next thing is the meteors. They've been re-enabled, and meteors will no longer kill dinos inside of the city or the domes. Now moving on to the Enforcer. Hid blank buff that appeared when blinking with an Enforcer. Enabled scouts and Enforcers to be crafted in the city terminals. Attack range increased on the left-right double attacks. Now that's everything to do with the Enforcer, so you can now craft again in city terminals. Orbital supply drops. Fixed an issue with certain supply drops mode networks. Fixed issue where crate could respawn in the same location after a crate landed. Crate smoke effect no longer renders as a separate transparency. Works with the atmospherics. Atmospherics. These words that Wildcard actually have to make me use is just crazy. But anyway, moving on. Fixed hard crates giving element. Lost corrupt dinos now teleport to the path. Changes to priority selection for points and difficulties. Changed auto-destruct time to 1 hour. And fixed edge case where events would stop spawning. Now the kibble. Fixed incorrect name descriptions on small and extra kibbles. Moving on to tech, we've got added tech engrams unlocked to be Titan deaths. Dropped items, decreased dropped item to help with the world cases. So there's more work apparently to be done here. One change to the gas bag, made gas bags like their favourite taming food again. And there's quite a bit from the mech here, which I thought was going to actually happen. So fix for the Mega Mech regaining health. Set mech pistol to be unable to damage metal or tech. Increase damage to mech when in siege mode. Disabled shield retracting when mech is flying upward. Fixed issue with mech shields preventing the buffs/debuffs from applying. Prevented shield from deploying within range of the turrets. Mech siege cannon and missile pod projectiles move slower and now can be properly targetable by turrets. Adjusted mech charge up for siege to be quicker. Adjusted mech drag weight to their size. Auto-colorize mech backpacks with mech colors. Can now shoot pistol while not aiming, which I'm happy about because I was confused about that. Fixed issue where mech would be pushed into siege mode. Disabled hit react in siege mode. Icon now shows level. Unmounting a mech in tight spaces will no longer eject a player out of the map. Spyglass use disabled while in mech. And fixed for mech damage bug that was caused by low FPS servers. So that is everything that's been fixed with the mech. Moving on to the scout. Scouts no longer drop eggs. Enabled scouts and enforcers to be crafted in city terminals, as you guys know. Fixed terminal crafted scouts by being overpowered. I didn't know that. Scout can no longer be cryoed. Attempts to fix issues with scout tracker appeared on players when it shouldn't be. Now we actually have another thing of the enforcer here. I don't know why it's just in the same place as the other one, but fixed issue with third person view. Tech bridge. Remove bug that caused vaults to float when a bridge was disabled. And vaults no longer block bridges, and fixed placement for allied tribes. We've got some Anki changes here as well. So we've got the Ankis no longer harvest berries when they are in primary attack, and also they no longer harvest stones while they're in their attack. Now robots. Level is now shown on assembled enforcer and mech blueprints instead of just the crafted items. Another gas bag here. I don't know why they're splitting these up. Prevented gas bag from launching or floating when encumbered. Gravity grenade now untargetable by turrets after exploding, so turrets don't waste ammo on it. Corrupted dinos can no longer be carried. Dino leash, added smaller radius for map breeding. So that is everything to do with that. And now we're moving on to the extinction map, and then aberration, and then all maps, and then general, and then there is the end of that update. So finally, extinction map, set max override difficulty to 5, fixed ice cave water spawner over spawning, added cave water spawner with hostile dinos, added wasteland cavern water spawner volumes, fixed various map holes, converted all of the water matching those on the island. You guys will have to let me know what that is. I have no idea. Map streaming fixes, water plane fixes, fix some floating resources, fix teleporting between domes, breaking their effects, dome streaming fixes, updated drag weight values for dinos that did not have it set, so they are not all pick-upable by a Pteranodon, Gacha, gas bags, etc, etc. Deleted unneeded LODs, dino spawns fixed, foliage fixes, fixed more holes for meshing in the map, prevented structures from building near Ice Titan fight, set city terminals to have 60 slots instead of 20, can no longer tame cave creatures, and can no longer fly in artifact caves. Now, aberration enabled transfer of all extinction expansion packs dinos to aberration except the snow owl, because obviously there's no flyers. All maps fix supply drops, and general, to finish things off, UI no longer list Helena Walker notes twice, improvements to dome PP, added support for buffs, structures, debug my target, fix rare crash related to cryos, and disabled flying in artifact caves. They've already said that. But anyway, that was the full update that has come for the Xbox One and the PS4. Huge, huge changes. I don't know how I don't end up, like, that's a long time for reading, but, you know, there was some amazing things in there. As I said, you can pause the video at any time from that if you would like to, so you could read through something else. But yeah, that is the full update. I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. See you guys later.